Last month I found myself walking along an unfamiliar coastline in Northern California. No plan, no destination, just me, the wind, and the sound of the waves hitting the shore. It wasn't some grand pilgrimage. It wasn't even planned. But that simple walk became one of the most profound turning points I've had in years. And I want to share what happened, because the clarity I found in that silence changed something in me. And maybe it can do the same for you. It started with a question I wrote in my journal that morning. What are you still pretending not to know? I didn't have an answer then, but that question followed me. It echoed as I walked. The cool ocean breeze brushing past my face, the cold sand beneath my shoes grounding me, and this overwhelming feeling that something unspoken, was trying to surface. We lie to ourselves, don't we? About what we want, about what we feel, about what we know we need to change. We get so good at building routines around our distractions. We normalize discomfort. We make peace with things that break us slowly, until one day, we confuse numbness with stability, and that's dangerous. That morning walk wasn't just a walk. It became a slow unraveling, a peeling back of the noise, the roles, the masks I didn't even know I still wore. With each step, I remembered things I buried, the risks I didn't take, the words I didn't speak, the doors I never opened. I realized that, fine, was the word I'd used most in recent years, and it was the most dishonest word in my vocabulary. Fine isn't alive. Fine is a cage. We all build them. Slowly, subtly. Maybe it starts with a job we don't love, but it pays the bills. Then a relationship that's comfortable, but lacks depth. Then friendships built on history, not harmony, until we're living someone else's definition of safe, confusing it for fulfillment. So we check boxes. We chase titles. We post smiles. But deep inside, a voice whispers, there's more. That day, the ocean became a metaphor. Constant motion. Endless depth. Not afraid of its waves or the unknown. It simply is. And that's when I realized, I've spent years trying to control outcomes, trying to perfect the path before I even took the first step. But life doesn't respond to perfection. It responds to authenticity, and it rewards courage. That's when the second question surfaced. What are you afraid will happen if you choose yourself? It hit me like a wave. Because for years, I thought choosing myself meant being selfish, that it meant letting people down, that it meant starting over. But I was wrong. Choosing yourself doesn't mean leaving others behind. It means not leaving yourself behind. See, there's a quiet pain that comes from betraying your own potential, a dull ache that whispers, you're meant for more than this. And ignoring that voice doesn't make it disappear. It makes you disappear, little by little. But here's the truth. Comfort zones are called that for a reason. They're comfortable, predictable, but they're also deadly to growth. Nothing evolves in still water. Nothing extraordinary happens in the land of certainty. You have to step outside that circle. You have to risk the unfamiliar to discover the unimaginable. And when you do, when you finally give yourself permission to want more, to be more, the world responds. Not always instantly, not always kindly, but undeniably. The people who love the muted version of you, some will resist. They'll say, you've changed, and they'll be right. But change isn't betrayal. It's a reunion with your truth. That walk on the coast turned into something deeper. I found a rock and sat down. No music, no phone, just the sound of breath and tide. And suddenly, I felt tears. Not sadness, not joy, just release, like my soul had finally exhaled. And I knew, I wasn't lost. I was returning. And what I returned to was this: life doesn't ask us to be extraordinary. It asks us to be honest, to be present, to stop waiting for the perfect moment to begin. The perfect version of yourself is not waiting at the finish line. It's built in the messy middle. So I stood up, and I made a silent vow to choose alignment over approval, purpose over predictability, truth over comfort. Every single time. You see, the most important thing you can build isn't a resume, or a brand, or a legacy. It's a relationship with yourself strong enough to survive the storms, brave enough to face the mirror, whole enough to stand alone when necessary. And from that place, everything else flows. Love isn't found in chasing others. It's found in returning to yourself. Peace isn't about avoiding chaos. It's about building an inner world where chaos can't touch you. And success, it's not what the world claps for. It's what your soul exclaims, yes, to. And maybe the most dangerous lie we tell ourselves is that we need more time. No, we need more truth. Because the clock won't pause while you figure things out. The days won't slow down for your fears. Life is not waiting, it's unfolding. So what are you waiting for? The right time. That doesn't exist. The time is always now. Always has been. Always will be. Not when you're ready, because no one's ever really ready. Not when you've got it all figured out, because you won't. But when you finally decide that today is enough of a reason. Let the unknown be a promise, not a threat. Let your fear be a signpost, not a stop sign. Let your story be one of courage, not comfort. And when you do, when you leap, know that you'll build wings along the way, not because you have to fly perfectly, but because you're willing to rise at all. And that willingness is everything. Maybe the goal isn't to be fearless, but to fear less. Not to be perfect, but to be present. Not to always win, but to always grow. So ask yourself, what version of you is waiting on the other side of this moment? And whatever your answer is, go meet them. Because if you don't, who will? If not now, when? You've been carrying the tools your entire life. You just needed the reminder. This is that reminder. Go. Just go. Thanks for watching my video. Subscribe to my channel to inspire and motivate yourself for better life ahead.